Final leg of the quaddie is the big one at Tabcorp Park, Melton tonight. It's the Delray National AG Hunter Cup Group 1 race, $500,000 up for grabs. The richest harness race on Victorian soil every year. One of the Grand Slam events of the Australasian harness circuit, along with probably the New Zealand Cup, the Inter-Dominion and the Miracle Mile. 10, 8, 7 and 1 for me. What I did at the start of the week, because there are too many scenarios here, we've got virtually no idea. We don't actually even know the composition of the field probably at this point, or possibly at this point, with King of Swing trying to get a run as an emergency. So rather than getting borne down in the likely maps, we'll talk about them a lot during the course of the broadcast on Sky tonight, but I just wanted to work out, okay, so who's really the Group 1 horse in this race, or who are the Group 1 horses? And the more you go through it, the more you realise that from an open age Group 1 perspective, most of these horses haven't really struck a blow. The one who has is Bling It On. He's the 2017 Hunter Cup winner. He came back from a retirement to stud, just enjoying himself for a while and letting the body feel good. And he came back and won the Victoria Cup last October in track record fashion. He had a failed New Zealand Inter-Dominion campaign, but has since come back and won in track record time at Goulburn. Turns up here with Luke McCarthy in the bike. He'll put him in the right spot. And if he's 3 wide with a cart into it late and they've gone quickly enough, which they should, Bling It On's the horse to beat. 14 starts in open Group 1 races for 3 wins and 3 placings. And that's not to, well, that's completely leaving out his wins at Group 1 level as a younger horse than that. So he's my on-top selection. Major danger for mine. Also at a good quote, number 8, Our Uncle Sam. The more I look at the race, if we're going to get back to maps, Alta Orlando can hold everything early. If King of Swing's not in the race, I don't think he can hand up to anybody else off the front line. So he holds the top, and if he does, Our Uncle Sam's behind the leader. He has been a wonderful horse over a long period of time, but he never gets cushy runs, or he hasn't since his 2 big placings in the Inter-Dominion Grand Final and the Hunter Cup at this circuit here at Tabcorp Park, Melton. With a beautiful trip here, he can win at double figure odds. Threw in for 3rd, Lochinvar. Probably worth keeping in mind, if Self Assured was in this race from gate 7, he'd be favourite. Lochinvar toyed with Self Assured in the 4-year-old Bonanza in track record time last weekend. So if you like him, there's nothing I'm going to say to try and dissuade you from having a good bet tonight. And in for 4th, Alta Orlando. He's got the options, he's got the draw. There's so many other good horses I've left out here. Chase Auckland, of course he can win based on his Ballarat Cup when he's a Group 1 horse. Number 11, AG's White Sox, won the Ballarat Cup. And even Triple Eight at a massive quote is good enough if he gets all the fortune in transit. But my tips in the Hunter Cup, it is an absolute mess to try and work out. But what a hell of a race it's going to be. 10, 8, 7 and 1.